All of you. Because we don't want your microphone.
That'll be better.
No.
And I'm the director of Grease. From the very beginning, perhaps a long time before you probably think it would be, we would meet together as a production team, both the producer, the musical director, and myself, and select the play that we're going to do. So we have to think carefully about the right one for the school. The students are going to audition, and one that would allow breadth of development and also a lot of roles, because we have a massive amount of talent. Once the show is then here, secured, which means we have the rights, then it's about putting my creative vision onto the play itself. So anything from blocking notation to choreography to thinking how can we include more students in the scene, to make sure it really becomes a community effort, really. Who doesn't like Grease? I remember wishing we did it when I was at school. I remember when I joined a dramatic group, I wanted to do it, and I saw it, both in the theatres and the movies, and I wanted to do it. It has themes that are relevant to everyone of every single.
Oh no thanks, I don't smoke. You don't? Did you ever try it? Well, no, but go on, try it. It ain't gonna.
And although it does have quite a bad message at heart, I like to think that the CDNIS audience can think beyond the fact that essentially a girl has to change who she is to find true love. But it's fun, and we have a great comic wealth of talent at our school, and I think it showed off very well. Rehearsals for me are the most interesting, because this is where not only do I have the most fun, but where you see students develop. And it's really interesting to watch a student take on direction, or suddenly you've been giving them a note for 6 weeks and then the penny drops and suddenly they get it and their performance moves on to another level. That for me is where the real, someone said it in the programme, where the real magic lies, maybe Paul Spankford, and he's right. That's the most interesting thing, seeing what students start as and then the development at the end. A minor, F, 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 G, 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 G7. The car was the nightmare, Jeff. It was my nemesis. Last year it was the plant, this year it was the car. Next year we are having no movable key prop on stage at all. I actually woke up having nightmares about the car at one point and didn't know what we were going to do, and then who knew it would end up being one of the best scenes of the play. So it's strange how the difficult things suddenly get paled into perspective at the end of the day. This is not a teacher speaking. There was so much fun in every scene. And when we're talking about fun, if we're talking about just tummy, belly laughs, there are so many scenes like that. I love the contrast of Grease Lightning and the kind of raunchy but silly moves. I love that. That summarizes teenage hormones for me quite a lot. This hormonal thing, but still being very innocent with it. But then you have the contrast of Freddie My Love, which is sweet, but then sassy as well. You know, there's an undertone to that. Well, the boys, teaching the boys to thrust was one of possibly the most awkward moments of my life. The ones that come, so I guess I should give myself the acid test and the students will know what that is. Christine falling over all the time in rehearsal. At one point I did wonder whether she had balance problems. The interaction between Paul and any of his lines, seeing the gentlemen bond together, seeing the ladies create a real group together, watching yourself doing the dancing at the back when no one else knew you were doing it, but you were doing it for your own self-achievement. Watching Braden speak at the speed of light. All these, yeah, there's 1,000,001 memories. It's a bit like childbirth, Jeff. I can't remember it now, but I wish I'd kept a diary throughout.
Got a car, there's lighting, there's makeup, singing and dancing, you know, it's great. Only problem is there's a lot of work going into it, but that just means it's good. I think it's going to be better than any of the other musicals this school's ever had, because I can see it in the people. When they dance, the magic really happens.
We all worked hard and better enjoy the show. You guys better all enjoy the show. Thank you.
At the beginning I helped with Miss Lovett's aspect of the job, which was teaching the kids the songs. And then at the end it became more about helping Mr. Daco when he was putting together the band and just kind of coordinating everyone, moving things from like Miss Reed's perspective to Mr. Daco's perspective. The band and the students and Miss Reed's vision to all like line up into one, because there would be parts where the band would have something down and the students would be singing it differently and Miss Reed wanted it done differently, so we had to kind of arrange all of that. Some who were really, I liked that there were some that were very proactive in that if they thought that they had a problem with their solo. I remember Christy came up and asked if there was anything that she could do, or if there was anything that she wanted me to do to make it better, so that was really good. I was very impressed by that. And some of the other girls with solos, and some of the other guys with solos even, who came up and helped really well, and that was really good.
I'm Daniel, and I actually worked with Jacob Lobo and Megan Chan as well, and basically with the props team. To pick people who are reliable, people who want to do the job basically, and creative people.
One of the things that a stage manager has to do is to know the play, the musical, the production back to front better than the director. So I sat and I noted blocking. I just sort of let everything go into my head, and during the last stages of rehearsal, so tech or dress, I sat and received lighting cues from Stanley Ma, who was the lighting programmer, and directions from Miss Reed. I put them into a new script called The Bible, because it's everything that needs to happen during the show. And on the day of the show, I sat on top of the booth, had the headset, and I called cues. I think the most interesting part of the job was to be able to see everyone in a new light, all the students, especially the teachers. When you take on a student leadership role, they treat you like a student leader, they treat you like an adult, they expect you to be like an adult, which I think was very rewarding. Sometimes it was a bit stressful, but it kind of shows you that, you know, teachers are human beings, and the amount of respect you get from students is very rewarding. And everyone's together, they're like, whoa, you can do that? Like, I didn't know that. Some new actors, Adrian Yam, Sayaka, they were amazing, and like you wouldn't be able to tell that this was their first time. I saw everyone cheering for each other, and I saw people getting the recognition they deserved, and it was quite a touching moment, even though I was up and I wasn't really part of it, but just to witness everything was quite powerful and quite touching. I think I shed one slight tear. Enjoy the fact that you are in something much bigger than yourself, and I would just say that the end product will always justify all the hard work that you've done, because it was amazing. It was amazing. It really was.
This year was a real different experience for me. Last year, every single beep was going through my head before the show. I was so worried. This year, I felt pretty relaxed, and I just wanted you guys to have fun. But I know how easier that is said than done on stage when you have a full house.
What was the difference between last year and this year that made really the big difference?
The process, the people, and the teamwork. And the teamwork is something that it's a word that's used easily, but rarely is it used in practice as well as it was with the Grease company.
For each other, like whoop and whoop, whoop and whoop.